Every single person that you know that is in shape, we have this in common, is that we eat the same meals every single day. The same meals, it's repetitive, it's boring, quote unquote. But today I'm going to teach you how to actually implement it for yourself, because you kind of know what you need to eat. But if you can't get yourself to do it, it's because you don't understand how to do it. Now, I am Timmy G. In the past 2 years and 8 months, I've been able to build my dream physique very fast because I understood these principles before going to the gym. I invested in a coach very early on, and I understood every single principle, and that's why I'm able to like have a transformation. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see that people really think I'm on steroids, which I am not. I'm not even on creatine or on peptides or anything like this. And I'm also able to lose fat very fast. In the span of like a month, I can go from like 17 to 10% body fat, and I really give a lot of credit to my ability to have never missed a single meal since day one. You know why a lot of you guys can't really have a crazy transformation fast is because your diet is inconsistent. It's like 1 week you're sticking to it, and then the next week you're not. 1 week is like you're locked in, the next week you're not. So how do you make sure that you can stay consistent with your diet all year round? Now, today, I am not going to be teaching you like the macros, calories, protein, carbs, fat, and all that, okay? I want to leave this for another video, and you probably already kind of know what you need to eat. Like, stop fucking eating some chips. Okay, you kind of know like you need to eat whole food, you need to eat one ingredient foods, okay? So let's start right away. How to never miss a meal. So the method is called TEF, okay? Tasty, easy, fast. This is how your diet should be. So I'm gonna break down each of these 3 steps for you and show you how, if you master this, you will never miss a single meal. So, the T stands for tasty. You need to make your meals tasty. What do I mean by that? If you don't enjoy the meal, if you don't genuinely want to eat that after work, if you don't want to eat that when you wake up, if you don't want to eat that, your brain will sabotage you and you will not be able to stick to it. This is exactly why when somebody gives you a random meal plan and you try copy the meal plan, it doesn't work. And that's why I don't give meal plans that much, because it doesn't work. You need to find meals that you personally like. Now, the thing is, you will never find these quote unquote boring meals that I eat every single day. Like, for example, I'll be eating rice, ground beef, and salmon. I'll be eating 6 eggs, sourdough bread, and parmesan, which is really tasty, by the way. But like, some people are like, oh, I can never eat that. You want to know why? It's because you're eating so much junk food. Your dopamine receptors, you got to see it that way, okay? Imagine if this is your relationship with food, okay? My relationship with food is like this. Because I'm always keeping, let's say this is like a 10 out of 10 relationship with food. Like a 0 out of 10, it means like nothing tastes good to you, okay? Like you could, excuse me, let me correct myself. 10 out of 10 means that you're highly stimulated by food. That means that you're eating junk food every single day and that you could never eat like white rice. And like 0 out of 10 meaning that's the guy like that lives in like in the Asian village and that he is just able to eat white rice every single day because he doesn't taste anything else. But if this guy were to like taste a Big Mac, his brain would like explode because he never tasted that Big Mac. Now you are here all the time. You're here because you're eating fast food after work, you're eating junk food, you're eating chips, you're eating bullshit. And what this does is that when you're trying to go there, like on a normal level, like on a 4 level, I'm on like a 4 level probably on this graph. You don't want it. It tastes worse because you're used to like this high stimulant food. So when you're trying to eat the healthy meal, you're like, oh, what? This is horrible. But to me, it tastes good because these are very limited or non-existent. I don't eat junk food and I cut off junk food completely. That's the first thing I cut off when I was trying to get in shape, because I knew that if I would manage to stop my brain from craving these things by just avoiding them overall, the boring meals, quote unquote, would feel tastier. So that's why what you need to do as of today is stop eating junk food, because if you are, even on the weekends, even if it's once per week, get your body used to eating healthy food 24/7. And then once you get used to it, you can get a cheat meals from time to time. But for the start, stop eating it completely. Get used to that, because I promise you, I was trying. I was at the time that I was eating McDonald's and fast food after work every single day, I was trying to eat healthy, but every time I would go back to the McDonald's because it just tastes better. It's just for my dopamine receptors, that's what they were craving. But now that I removed it, the boring meals now, they feel like 10s. Every single morning I wake up and I'm like, I want to eat the eggs again. Like right now, I haven't eaten the eggs. I fast a little bit in the morning, but I want to eat them right now. I want to eat them every single one of my meals like this. So if you want to get to this point, cut off the junk food. That's the first thing. Second thing is, only pick foods that you currently like, that you already like. For example, there's some things that you can get away from. You can't get away from eggs. You can't get away from like chicken. You can get away from it, but like you need to find a way to make it tasty. When I started going to the gym, okay, I was looking at these chicken, broccoli, and rice, and I was like, that's the only thing I need to eat. But I hated that. I hated these meals. But the thing is, I decided I was gonna only choose meals that I liked. So I was like, what do I like already? I like, for example, burritos. So I found a way to make burritos healthy. I found a way to make, let's say, chicken and rice. I didn't like chicken breast, but I like the chicken drumsticks. So I was like, I'm gonna eat the chicken drumsticks. Now, when you're in a cut, you have less options. You have less options, but you just have to pick the ones that taste better to you. So if you rather eat salmon than chicken breast, pick the salmon. If you'd rather eat eggs boiled than fried, pick them boiled. If you rather have them scrambled than boiled, pick them scrambled. Find the alternative that is the most enjoyable for you. Now, you can't be really too picky. You can't really be too picky like, oh my God, I don't really like eggs at all. You're a man, bro. Like, you're a man. If you're actually too picky, just go take a cold shower in the morning and then get your fucking, and become more of a man. You can't be out here telling me like, I don't like eating food, bro. Like, these food are disgusting, because these are real food that we were supposed to eat from the start. Now, a trick though is like, to make this even tastier, is like spices, combination of tastes. Me, for example, I would eat the eggs with a little bit of cheddar cheese, or you could do feta cheese or cottage cheese, whatever, because the eggs were salty and then the cheddar cheese was a little different taste, so it would make it taste better in my mouth. And, well, pause. It would make it taste better. And like, for example, I would eat ground beef and rice, and on paper, like, that's kind of like bland taste, but then I would add some pepper, I would add some paprika, I would have some like taco spice, and I would add some little tomatoes. The little tomatoes make it taste even better. So you can play with your diet, but just find a way to make it enjoyable. Just remember, if you don't enjoy it, you will not stick to it. Okay, so the next one is E, for easy. Your diet needs to be easy to make, and a simple way to understand this is that if it's too hard for you to make it, if there's too much resistance for you to make it, you're gonna find excuses to skip it, and you're not gonna stick to it, okay? So the best way that I've found to find a diet that is easy is literally keep your diet under 5 ingredients. Every single meal must have less than 5 ingredients. That way, the preparation of it is actually super, super, super easy, okay? For example, me, like every meal that I just told you, ground beef, rice, and some tomatoes, eggs, sourdough bread, and turkey bacon, 3 ingredients. Another meal, salmon, rice, and ground beef. All these meals, okay, are easy to make. They have less than 5 ingredients, and for that reason, there is less resistance. Because you know how I told you need to pick meals that you like? Okay, well, I really like lasagna, for example. But imagine if I had to cook a lasagna every single day. Will I really stick to it? Like, at a point, yes. At the start, yes, I would be motivated. That's why I don't like these recipes that you see online from these guys that are like, yeah, guys, try this new low protein recipes, and then there's like 20 ingredients. I'm not trying to do that. Like, I have a life outside of the gym, out of life. I work, I have a business, I have stuff to take care of, and I don't have the time to cook a big meal like this every single day. So what did I do? I picked meals that are super easy to make, okay? And that way, because they're easy to make, I just cannot skip them. I just can never skip them, because it's like there's zero resistance. Like, if I had every day to come and do this big TikTok recipe, I'd skip it some days, because I come back from work, I'm like, oh, God damn it. But now, I come back from work, and there's only 3 things to prep together, and my meal is ready. So, make sure that your meals have less than 5 ingredients and that they're easy to make, okay? Simple enough. And then, by the way, I'll probably give you a bonus tip to stick to it even more at the end, after the F. fast. Your meals need to be fast to consume and fast to prepare. What do I mean by this? It means that, again, let's use the lasagna example. I love lasagnas. I truly do love lasagnas. But to prep a lasagna, it takes me so much time. I don't like staying in the kitchen and wasting time, okay? I genuinely don't like it. I only meal prep for 1 hour per week. But if I had to cook a lasagna every single day, it would be hell for me. And it would create resistance. And I don't have the time for that. So for that reason, I choose meals that are fast to not only make, but also fast to consume. Fast to consume, by fast to consume, I meant more that you can eat in less than 5 minutes and that you can take out with you. For example, a good example of that is just like for the rice and ground beef. Is any of my meals is a good example. Rice and ground beef. I can just have it ready in 5 minutes and then I can take it out. I can bring it to work and then have it ready. I can eat it in 5 minutes in between two sales calls that I have. Like, it's like, because it's so fast to consume and fast to prepare, right? Like, I just need to put the ground beef, put the rice together, put it in the microwave, and it's ready, and I can eat it in 5 minutes. I waste less time, and there's less resistance. So every single one of my meal, I don't know if you just realized, but my meal plan is made so that there's no resistance. So that I'm like, okay, I'm waking up today. I remember when I made this meal plan, it was to remove every fucking excuse, okay? Because I was busy, and I was like, I'm coming, and then I'm like, okay, I'm hungry, I need to eat a meal. Oh, I'm looking forward to the damn eggs. So then I'm going to the eggs, but then before, when I had the problem, it's like, oh, well, I need to cook this and that, and I need to add this and add the onions and add the tomatoes, you know, when people do omelets, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to cook the eggs anymore. Let me just go order fast food. After that, it's like, oh, there's only 3 ingredients. Cool. I cook it. It takes me 2 minutes. And then I eat it. It takes me 2 minutes and it's already done. Imagine if I had to sit in front of the food for like hours and hours and dig it in and eat it for long. And it would, like, no, we're not trying to do that. We're not trying to do that. We're trying to keep it simple. We're trying to remove all the resistance. And this is basically how it is. This is how I stick to it all year long. Okay. And just a bonus tip. A few bonus tips, actually. Let me give you a few bonus tips. So you need to have some containers that you can just have your, like, I don't like doing meal preps ahead, because when the sauce mixes together, when you mix like the ground beef and the rice, it creates this weird feeling after a few days. So I have 2 separate big containers, where in these big containers, there's one with the ground beef, one with the rice, and the one with the rice, when it's time to eat, or let's say the day before, I'll just put these 2 in a smaller container and put them in the fridge, and then from there I'll just have it ready. And it's literally takes me 5 minutes to have all my meals ready, and that way I have 0 excuse. I come back from work, I'm looking forward to my meals. It's just so fucking easy, and that's why, like, it doesn't require discipline, guys. You need to just find a way to make it enjoyable, and that's what I've done for myself and for my client and for everybody that is trying to get in shape. This is the best method. That's the best method. And mind you, this method, because it's fast, it doesn't require you to cook every single day, because guess what? Another thing too, I forgot to mention, okay? This is the reason why this works, okay? It works because you don't have to think every single day of what you need to eat. So, like, let's say you know, like, if you have a business, you know, like, you're so focused on the business, you cannot spend time wondering, what am I eating tonight? What am I going to eat tonight? Because if you start questioning this, you're just going to say, you know what, fuck it, let me just order something. But that way, every single day, you're eating the same thing. So you get used to it. You just get used to the routine. It's like a routine. We all know, to be successful, and by the way, the principle of business and fitness are the same. To be successful in business, you just need to have a routine. Now, if you have a routine with your diet, it's like, okay, every day at 12, I'm eating the eggs. Every day at 3, I'm eating the eggs. Before the gym, after the gym, I'm eating the ground beef. If this becomes a routine to you, like, tack, every single day, guess what's going to happen? You're just going to get used to it, and you're going to move towards the meal like a robot, and then you're just going to get used to eating the same meals every day. And the reason why you can stick to it is because you like the meals, and they're easy to make, and they're fast to consume, and there's no resistance. And that's why, like, and the fact that it removes the guesswork, it removes, like, oh, what am I going to eat today? Does this fit my macros? And by the way, because of this, you don't even need to track your macros. Like, you don't need to track your macros. You can do it at the end of the cut, but at the start, you don't even need to track your macros. Why? Because you're eating the same things every day. All you need to do is eat the same thing every day, weight yourself a little bit. When you weight yourself, you see that you need to eat less. You make a new meal plan, you stick to that meal plan, weight yourself less, eat the same meals every day. You don't need to track. It removes so much fucking resistance from you sticking to your diet. And that's what I'm telling you guys. Best way to stick to your diet. That's the only way I was able to do it. So you got it, G. If you want to get in shape, make sure you schedule a call with me down below so that I can help you get there faster. If you need the accountability, that's a big one because you know what you need to do, but you're just not doing it. DM me on Instagram or book a call down below. I'll help you get there. If this video was helpful to you, leave a like, my brother. I really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one.